Think you have a chronic problem dealing with those also tempting online shopping apps? Well, Google Temasek confirms that indeed Filipinos have an online shopping problem and that we are not doing it enough. Bim Santos reports.
More than half of the country's population now have access to the internet. Filipinos are even said to be spending 10 hours on the internet daily, while the worldwide average is just at 6 hours. But it seems that despite appearances, Filipinos are spending very little of that time shopping online. A recent study by Google Temasek estimates the contribution of the internet economy to the country's total economic output at a paltry 2.1%. This is the lowest in the region. But as far as silver linings go, this likewise represents the most exciting growth opportunities for firms that appear more than happy to take on the challenge.
The most exciting part, and when we look at this region, is the explosion of e-commerce. And e-commerce for us is becoming one of the top priority for several reasons. Obviously, we can reach new consumer, we can see, obviously, a new space for our brand.
Big population, high penetration of mobile phone, huge potential with the e-commerce. But at the same time, that the consumer is very demanding.
One barrier preventing the explosion of e-commerce here is the dominance of cash, preventing a more seamless and integrated e-commerce ecosystem. Again, firms are finding ways to get ahead despite these infrastructure bottlenecks. Shopee, for instance, made a dent by branding itself as a mobile-first player, capitalizing on the shift from laptops to handsets. The move paid dividends as one comparison by website iPrice found that Shopee has now overtaken Lazada in the region, clocking in a monthly average of 200 million visits versus Lazada's 174 million. Now, Shopee has moved out from the corporate office of its parent firm, C Group, to a new headquarters in Singapore as the business continues to expand. Testament to the expected growth of e-commerce in the Southeast Asian region is this new building just right behind me. This is the new headquarters of online platform Shopee, a 6-story headquarters that can house up to 3,000 of its employees and is seen to help the firm position for further innovation and expansion. Similar to offices of growing tech startups, the headquarters sport open, shared workspaces for collaboration, napping pods, as well as spacious fitness and recreational areas. Shopee says the potential is undeniable, given the attention it gets for its highly marketed sales like the 1111. But the firm admits that they still have a long runway to clear in the Philippines before truly taking off.
We believe this year's Double 11 will be even bigger, even larger than last year. So we're expecting a great thing to come in the coming months. Even we look beyond that, we believe that we are still in the very early stage of the e-commerce.
The e-commerce space in the Philippines may still be in its early days, but with the country's growing middle class, a young population, and improving connectivity, the industry's growth is certainly one potential gold mine. Now, Apple users have just been given an opportunity to increase its e-commerce participation. PayMaya may now be used to pay purchases from the App Store, Apple Music, iTunes Store, and iCloud storage, among others. This unlocks more possibilities for Apple users who have little to no access to credit cards or other financial products. Bim Santos, We Are One News.